A very good morning, Zimbabwe. Mamukase. I'm back so that we can talk about Jonathan Moyo together with his team, his ally, Edmund Kudzayi in this case. So, what is happening is that there are fights within the opposition camps, and we have seen Jonathan Moyo wanting to claim glory over the formation of CCC. We've seen a lot of people, they are fighting to be called, they were part of the team which formed the CCC. However, President Nelson Chamisa clarified that issue, and we covered about that yesterday. But the reason why we are here is that Edmund Kudzayi is actually threatening to leak some evidence or some charts to prove or to substantiate their claims that they were part of the formation of CCC. So you can actually see this is a tweet, this is a screenshot you're seeing right on the screen, where Daddy Hope said, from this day I have never known peace. Jonathan never wanted Nelson Chamisa to form CCC. He advised them to go as MDC. When Chamisa mentioned that Alex Magaisa and myself prevailed on him, I became an enemy. That is why he insults me with CCC influencer tag using those inside. So if you look on this statement by Hopko Chingono, it's a very very sensitive tweet here, because he said that Jonathan Moyo is using those inside. And who are these inside? Recently, we've seen CCC cadres and Hopo Chingono exchanging blows, and Hopo came to say this. However, Edmund Kudzayi went on to say Hopo may be a pathological liar. It's actually scary to see. So this is the defense by Edmund Kudzayi, and he's saying that it was Advocate Falkram's idea to retain MDCA name. Mpofu asked the Professor Jonathan Moyo, who had stopped working with NC in November 2021, to help him show Nelson Chamisa the merits of retaining the name until after by-elections. Truth only. So, according to Edmund Kudzayi, he is saying that Advocate Falkram is the person who wanted to make Nelson Chamisa retain this name. However, even if we are to accept the argument by Edmund Kudzayi, what matters most is that Advocate Falkram, as alleged by Edmund Kudzayi, went through Jonathan Moyo. And if Jonathan Moyo pursued that route to actually advise Nelson Chamisa to retain the name, it shows that indeed the claims by Hopo Chingono are not false, because what happened for Nelson Chamisa to be prevailed by Magaisa and Hopo Chingono is that there was a situation, there was a debate whether you should go as MDC Alliance or as a new face. That is the debate here. So it shows that indeed, according to this statement by Edmund Kudzayi, it shows that indeed there was a conversation about Nelson Chamisa retaining the name MDC, and Jonathan Moy was used as per this report. I'm not the author of this tweet. So if we are to look further, you can actually see that Panabanzi looks like you are the one lying here until Advocate Okram confirms your story. In the interim, Hopo's story was confirmed by Nelson Chamisa Pakazaravan. And that is true, because Nelson Chamisa went on to say Hopo Chingono and Magaisa prevailed over him, which means there was a debate. There were people, two sides, the other camp showing its own reasons, and the other camp showing its own reasons. And it shows that Hopo Chingono and Magaisa, they had more facts than the other team. And that is the reason why Nelson Chamisa had to take that route. But it didn't go well with a lot of comrades, because they feel that the formation of CCC is a way of closing political gaps for them. Why? It's because Nelson Chamisa has moved on to say no structures as of now, which is a threat to a lot of people who are gatekeepers, a lot of people who are expecting to take positions to be comfortable within the structures of CCC and keep others out. It shows that Nelson Chamisa wanted to take his time, and at an appropriate point, he introduces the structures, he introduces a new team to work with. And this is so scary to a certain faction of people, because They don't know if their future is certain or is no longer certain in terms of being politically relevant. Because outside Nelson Chamisa and outside CCC, you see that there is no political life. Look at Douglas Monzora; is nowhere to be found. Look at other people who were masquerading as opposition political members. They always call Nelson Chamisa to be on the forefront. So this is it. But I think that it's a dangerous game being played by Edmund Kudzayi of trying to blackmail others by saying I have Machatsaning, I have Machatsaning. I believe kuti, if that conversation was there, it was an honest conversation because the idea was other people were saying itanga pati yako, other people were saying usabvuma kudyiwa, chengeta zita. I don't think kuti it was bad a discussion or a bad debate because it was a necessary debate yakanga ifanira kubuditsa the reasons why you are saying we have to retain the name and the reasons why we have to change the name, and the one with more advantages was going to prevail. And I believe CCC prevailed because the name MDC itself was already tired. Even President Nelson Chamisa confirmed it in Chinoy and said, this name looks like Rangaraka Kesko or Rangaraka Takura Dzimwe Mhepo Dzaro. And so I don't believe Uti, people really need to fight over this. And this is true that a lot of people thought in different ways. A lot of people thought they could prevail because nyaya iripo ndeyekuti I once heard ningianda kataura nchiti Advocate Nelson Chamisa is under pressure because if you go to Advocate Nelson Chamisa, there are people who call him, there are people who text him, there are people who email him, there are people who talk to him in his DM on Twitter, everywhere, on Facebook. And these are millions and millions of people, foreign people, locals, friends, family, party members, each and every person trying to give a contribution. Ekuti anzi inini ndini. And this is a one man who is trying to deal with that information. And you will see that it's a very, very difficult moment for him. That is the reason why sometimes achingosiya zvinhu zvakadai so that at the right time he makes proper informed decisions. Because if he rushes to make mad decisions, sometimes you have to regret kuti I made this decision in a haste. But giving himself time, it gives him an opportunity to actually reflect and think. But that does not go well or sit well with other people because they feel neglected, they feel sidelined, and they feel as if they are being treated as not important, and they end up giving different views in terms of how things should be done. So myself, I believe kuti bitter people. These are people who believe that they must be in politics forever and evermore. That is the reason why we have a problem with ZANU-PF, because ZANU-PF does not want to leave power. They want to continue to be in power forever and forevermore. They don't believe in transitions. They don't believe in change. They don't believe in new generation coming up and occupying spaces. So they want to continue ana Jonathan Moyo varipo patopi papapo, being involved in the structures and the decision-making bodies. But it's wrong. We are a new generation. We need our chance. You were there. You were young, Professor Jonathan Moyo, when you joined politics and when you began to occupy positions. You were young. It is our time. Allow other young people to take advantage of this situation and be integrated in the future of the nation. That is the spirit we all want, a spirit where the old age are going to accept that indeed we have groomed young people who are capable and who are able to carry the flag forward. Right now, Nelson Chamisa does not need tired people, does not need people with bad reputations. Just imagine Nelson Chamisa former government, court cases after court cases, kumemba yaanenge ainayo in cabinet. What does that reflect? You see kuti that will be the beginning of people doubting his credibility as a leader, because zvinotangira paselection yevanhu vari kushanda navo. And that problem happened in 2018. The criteria which was used, the kind of people he had, the likes of Kuda Kwashe Baskiti. Who would think kuti Kuda Kwashe Baskiti will win a seat in the rural Mwenezi? Nobody. Kuda Kwashe Baskiti is known for short sleeve and long sleeve. He's a terror person, and he was a candidate for MDC Alliance. That was a huge mistake, a mistake which can't be repeated. Look at JP Jabun, a man who was not wanted by his own ZANU-PF people in Bikita, but he was a candidate. Look at Shadrach Mashaya Mombe, his history, and he was a candidate. So if you look on all those areas and issues, you see that it's very, very important for Nelson Chamisa that he's applying wisdom right now, because he made a mistake in 2018 because of peer pressure, because of influences dzaikanga dzichibva from G40 people. But zvakati costa zvinhu izvozvozvo, because G40 people knew very well kuti vakanga vachizowina ma-MPs, but they wanted to smuggle Nelson Chamisa and just to spite Emerson Mnangagwa. And that didn't work. That failed to work. So you see that at this moment in time, we need to go with genuine people. Vanhu vari kuda change. Genuine people vari kuti after the elections, President Nelson Chamisa vanoti ndaakugadzira cabinet. Vogadzira cabinet nevanhu chaivo chaivo vekuti you have appointed a minister of finance, a minister of what, every person you know that you are dealing with credible people. Kwete kuti unoenda kuelection, after an election waakuti ndaakugadzira cabinet, unoshaya kuti ndoisa hani wakazara nemakororo nembavha. So that is the why Nelson Chamisa is adamant. That is the reason why Nelson Chamisa is not listening to the advice from the G40 cabal. Sakazile Moyo, thank you very much for coming. And as Jonathan Moyo, misoro wena. Okay, thank you very much. Sakazile Moyo, and Jonathan Moyo, go back to ZANU-PF. Kusisi hakuna chako. Zvemadhisinyongoro ndo zvatisingadi. Why? Because wakutijairira kubva kudhara. Yes. So we don't want old people, tired people to continue to want to occupy positions. I would have loved to see vana vachitaura kuti no, isusu we need change, you don't need positions, do whatever you want to do, vachipa advice, and through the back door, not kuti munoda kuuya publicly trying to be clever, while least makatandaniswa nevanhu vamunoti naudzidza. You are a professor, but wakadzingirirwa nemunhu asina grade 7. How come wakadzingirirwa nemunhu asina grade 7 if you are a professor? So you can actually see that these are politically irrelevant people who no longer matter in the politics of Zimbabwe, but they want to force themselves onto the people of Zimbabwe because they are professors. So I respect him as a professor, but if we are to look onto his history, he's somebody we don't want to look or to see anywhere close to power, because he can begin to do what he knows best, that is to divide and rule. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe, Team G40, Team Jonathan Moyo, threatening to leak some information and some evidence. But they have to know that no matter what you're going to leak, no matter what you're going to post, hatina basa nazvo, because we support Nelson Chamisa because we believe in his vision. And we are going to vote for Nelson Chamisa. We're going to campaign for Nelson Chamisa because we believe in him. He is young, he's one of our own, he does have ideas, and he's a good leader. He's a proven leader with a track record. And that is what matters at this moment. So no matter how much evidence you have, bring it, and we will continue to rally behind Nelson Chamisa, and that evidence will work against you. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. Let us continue to register the vote and make sure that in 2023, Mkomana arikupinda. There are no two ways about it. Change must happen. Change must come. Because if we don't, tisu tinenge tiri panjada njada. Let us meet in other episodes and other programs. My name is Ronald. Welcome, Makusha.